Welcome back to lesson 8, where we just talked about the AND operator, and now we're also going to talk about the OR operator. So AND both have to be true in order for the result to be true. For OR, one or the other has to be true for the result to be true. So this first one up here was our AND that is set up by the double ampersand. The OR set up, if you look on your keyboard, right above the enter key there is a front slash, and if you hit shift then 2 lines, that's what you use the symbol for OR operation. So it's just 2 straight lines. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change this so that it's x is less than or equal to y, which is true, or is y equal to z, which it's not. So for this, true or false is going to come back with true. Because if one true, then the whole thing is true. So let's test that, and we're correct. That's how it works. If they're both true, it will still come back with a true. If they're both false, it will return a false. So I added the OR test here, and I'm going to pull in this OR truth table from that truth table file on Moodle for you. And I'm going to just come in and paste it down here. Okay, so for OR, one or the other has to be true. So if this one is false and false, then the result is false. A is false and B is true. True because one of those two is true. And with this one, if A is true but B is false, one or the other has to be true, and if they're both true, the whole answer is true. These are very basic truth tables, and you'll have a couple, not necessarily harder ones, but a little bit more involved than just saying A or B. So you'll have to know about not, you'll have to know about equals, so make sure you pay attention to that. The last thing we're going to cover for lesson 8 is order of operation, because you may be wondering which is more preferential, equals, and, or how does it work? So we're going to come down and we're going to copy and paste again. That's how I am. Okay, so we're calling it order, and that's order. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to put Boolean straight in there, and there's 2 things you can have for Boolean. You can either have true or you can have false. So we're going to say true or false and false. So if we did this first part, we'd say true or false. So that would come back a true. So that would be true and false now, which would be false. So let's run that and see. It gave us true as the answer because what we just did with the logic was not the correct order of operations. It is and before or. So here's how we look at this. We do false and false, which is false. Then we have true or false because that would consolidate into one false. So it will be true. So the operator precedence, not comes first, then equals, then not equals, then and, then or. So if you ever have any of these were in a problem, if you look in your book on page 38, there's that 10 little problems that they do here where they kind of walk through how to really do the order of operations. So this is a good place to come if you're not really understanding this, or if you just want to get a stronger grasp of Booleans and how they work. They also have a couple example projects or programs on how they work. So for lesson 8, you guys do not have a project, but you do have questions that are on Moodle. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.